Are you feeling anxious? Maybe you're struggling with brain fog so much so that it's making you feel like you're going crazy or dipping into not dementia, but it's sometimes it feels like that. Or maybe you've been resisting a task that is really important, and if you don't get it done, it's going to be a lot of fix up, and you'll be dealing with it over the next couple of days. Also, maybe you have your ADHD brain is looking at what's going on in the United States, and you're like, nobody should be surprised, and everybody should be preparing now before it gets worse. Maybe that's where you are. And so you're looking at all this, and you can use some relief, and you can use some more expansive ways to regulate and to deal with the nervous energy, deal with the shame, deal with whatever's going on in the emotional swirl for you. Well, my name is Melanie Bonet, if you're new to me. I'm an energetics guide, and I'm going to share with you several tips that can deepen your experience when you sit with yourself, whether it's meditation or just a moment. Just like if I'm dating myself here, but there's a scene in broadcast news where Holly Hunter just sets a timer to sit down and cry. And when the timer goes off, she dries her tears and she goes about her business. Maybe that's what you do. Either way, the tips that I am offering here in this video are about deepening your experience, about giving your emotions and your feelings the respect and time they deserve so that the flow is encouraged instead of the energy of these feelings getting stuck somewhere in your body and causing you challenges later. So let's begin with the first tip. First tip is I want you to do an image search of these words and take a look at what you find when you do so. We're talking about the healing energy as a phrase, the word Taurus, Torus, and the word toroidal, Torodial. I want you to look up these terms because you're going to find images either on YouTube or any search engine that you prefer. You're going to see images that kind of represent the energy flow that is going on within your body. Yes, there's the energy meridians that flow through the body, but this kind of coincides with that. And there's a very imaginative imagery out there that can show you what that torus looks like, what some of the flow looks like, and even in some of the images you may see in some of the music meditation videos on YouTube, you will see the flow moving. And I want you to have that image stored in your brain because some of us could benefit from images, but also sometimes when you see these images, especially maybe a moving image, an animation in a video, that can give you a sense of what that might feel like in your body. So that's tip one. Go on that image search and find those representations so that you have that in your brain if you're not familiar with that already. Tip number two, familiarize yourself with diagrams of the positions of the chakras in your body. And I say this because it's really important that you understand where the root chakra is, where your sacrum is, and where your solar plexus is. Most people know where their third eye is. They also know where their crown is. But the other three, some people get a little confused about exactly where they are in the body. And it's really a good thing to know where they are because those are energy centers. And you really want to know where the action is happening. And that's where the action is happening for a lot of us about anything that's going on in our life. Sometimes we'll churn, sometimes there'll be a blockage, sometimes there'll be really good flow, depending on what you're doing. But it's important to know where those things are because in guided meditations, someone will mention this and you don't know where that spot is. Then if you have ADHD, you go on these spirals and these thought patterns and you distract yourself from your process. So I don't want that for you. So find out where these things, these chakra positions are, and file that. That's another thing to file away in your brain. Tip number 3, the next time you feel anxious, whenever you can, take the moment. If you can't do it in that time, sit down, and I want you to give these emotions the time of day. I want you to breathe slowly, and I want you to take note of where that anxiety is possibly representing itself in your body. And then bring your inner awareness to that part of your body and just sit with that. It could be your neck, your shoulders. It could be, maybe you're one of those people that bite your nails and so you can see it in your fingers. Maybe you hold your hand in a certain way. Some people do this and they hold their thumb this way in anxiety. It could be different things for different people. But pay attention to where this anxiety may be resting and tightening in your body. I know for me, sometimes it's in my solar plexus. And it's important to just know where those places are and give them some space. Don't wait until you can meditate. If you have to go in a bathroom stall, if you have to go in your car, but do whatever you can to give honor to what this is and give it some time so that you can encourage it to just flow instead of get stagnant and stuck and become a stuck energy in your body. And so the final tip I want to give you is this. When you are around people that you feel good and easy with, I want you to take note of what that feels like in your body. And I say this to give you the sort of polar opposite of, okay, I'm noticing where anxiety is in my body. I want you to give yourselves the opposite. What does it feel like when it feels good? Because we kind of just don't, we just kind of roll with it. We don't know what that looks like. Well, does your normally stiff neck feel fluid? Do you feel more easy in your body? I can share with you that when I'm feeling really good, and I'm feeling relaxed around people, I am definitely more fluid, and I'm more sort of inclined to be almost like a dancer who just moves a bit more than I normally do. So there's that. So pay attention to those things because they deepen your awareness of who you are at any given moment, not just what's going on in your brain or what might be aching in your body. So I'll end this video by saying this. Consider these tips as a way to deepen your inner journey, but also to ease your journey if you have an ADHD brain. These are things you can churn and have thought patterns about outside of the process. And then once you get a handle on it, you can use that beautiful brain of yours to file it away. And then you can just reach for it in process when you're sitting with yourself or doing a meditation. So about me, my name is Melanie Bonet. I guide people into having a deeper presence with themselves and the world. I do believe that people with ADHD can meditate. I'm more inclined to say that it has to have an energetic quality to it, and your imagination needs to be involved. And in many cases, like myself, it's often really helpful that it's a guided process that somebody else is guiding. And I'm not talking about, me guiding you through a process and pretending you're in the forest somewhere and you see a body of water and you're trying to listen to the waves. That's not what I do. What I do is about you inside. And it's about really being with yourself. And you do that one-on-one with me, but my favorite is to work in groups because when we come together collectively doing this type of work, beautiful things can occur. Healing can occur. because you don't feel alone in your process, or there's somebody in the room who's got a handle on this better than you. And so they bring a frequency and a vibration in the room that really can help you take your practice up another level. So that's my 4 tips for today. Hope you can take use of them and find something that can help you. If any of this resonated and you find it useful, please hit the like button. Consider following and subscribing to me. And I wish you well until the next video. Bye.